Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You're watching 7 at 7, powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the largest news team in Nevada.
The next step forward is on the calendar for a possible new airport south of Las Vegas. Good Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. Starting off with your business news, brought to you by GBank, your best banking experience ever. Federal agencies are beginning an environmental review for the Southern Nevada Supplemental Airport Plan more than 2 decades after the concept was announced. The FAA and the BLM are expected to have 3 public hearings scheduled in late July to gather testimony about the environmental impact of a new airport. It would be located on nearly 6,000 acres east of I-15 between Jean and Prim. That's about 30 miles south of Las Vegas. The project isn't expected to be completed until 2037. The Boring Company's Vegas Loop is expected to ramp up expansion following the Encore station opening. Steve Hill, president and CEO of the LVCVA, says tunnels are likely to come online more quickly now that tunnels are open at Resorts World, Westgate, and Encore. One of the main holdups in getting the latest stations open, according to Hill, had to do with fire safety. He says now that the standard is set, they're ready to expand further and faster. Full build-out is expected to include 104 stations and 68 miles of tunnels. Moving on to your top stories, a Las Vegas attorney accused of sex trafficking is expected to plead no contest to 2 counts and have the remaining counts dismissed. District Attorney Steve Wolfson said 62-year-old Gary Guyman will make his no contest plea to 2 felonies, intimidating a witness and coercion, and will also agree to disbarment. After his arrest, Guyman faced numerous counts, including solicitation to commit murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and sex trafficking of an adult, among others. Wolfson said prosecutors focus on the strongest allegations, and in this case, they wanted to focus on Guyman's behavior as a lawyer. He is scheduled to be arraigned on May 22nd. A property tax that funds hundreds of metro positions may be extended another 30 years after a key vote in the Nevada legislature. Senate Bill 451 would renew the 0.2% property tax levy set to expire in 2027. It funds about 825 metro officers. The bill passed the Nevada Assembly 41-1 on Friday and passed 17-4 in the Senate in April. It's now headed to the governor's desk. A victory for animal lovers as Reba's Law is voted unanimously out of the Assembly. Reba's Law is named after an English bulldog left taped in a plastic tote bin during a summer heat wave. The dog unfortunately did not survive. It includes sweeping reforms on animal cruelty laws. So if someone acts willfully and maliciously in a way that results in an animal's death, they would be charged with a Category B felony, which would result in 1 to 6 years in prison. A court could also order a person convicted of animal cruelty from owning animals. Reba's Law failed to pass the first committee deadline, but lawmakers worked to revive the bill. It now heads to the state Senate. In your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. A warm and sunny day for your Tuesday. You definitely won't be needing a sweater as your morning temperatures start off in the 70s, reaching the mid-80s by noon and climbing into the lower 90s by late afternoon, expecting a high around 93 degrees. Those temperatures will continue to heat up as the week goes on, 98 degrees on Wednesday, possibly hitting the triple digits on Thursday, and staying in the upper 90s on Friday. So don't forget to stay hydrated throughout the day and wear sunblock if you plan to be outside.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. I'm Dominic Lavoie with your sports update. Will Jack Eichel be the highest paid Golden Knight in franchise history? Well, it looks like it may happen. Eichel in 2025 scored 28 goals and registered 66 assists, totaling for 94 points and for a career-high season. Eichel on a possible extension in Vegas.
Contractually, I think those things kind of take care of itself. It's a phenomenal place to play hockey and live, and a community to be a part of.
Now Eichel is entering the final year of an 8-year, $80 million contract and is eligible for an extension July 1st. Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The NBA is down to its final four, and the Thunder are odds-on -175 favorites of the Westgate Superbook to win the league title. The Knicks are the 5-1 second choice, followed by the Timberwolves at +550 and the Pacers at 9-1. Oklahoma City is a 7.5-point favorite over Minnesota today in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. New York is a 4-point favorite over Indiana on Wednesday in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Thunder are -350 favorites to win in the West, and the Knicks are -155 favorites to win in the East.
In your lifestyle news, the owner of a mom-and-pop diner in Las Vegas is being served legal papers by a Southern California chain with a similar name. Norman Chan owns Norman's Diner in Spring Valley with the emphasis on the Norm in the name. Chan says the full name Norman was added after a multi-year legal dispute with the diner chain Norm's Restaurant back in 2021. He says he's now being told to change the name fully to Norman's with no emphasis, along with the signage, or face a lawsuit. California-based Norm's Restaurant opened its first Las Vegas restaurant last fall, and the vice president of marketing says customers are confused by the similar names. As for Norman Chan, he said in an email he'll change all the branding but does not have the funds to pay to change the signage. Moving on to your health news, brought to you by CenterWell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. Imagine doubling your focus by deleting a single app from your phone. Now, this is possible according to cognitive experts. The message from those experts: delete the email app or take significant steps to limit your use of it, and you'll actually boost focus. According to a professor of management and global business at Rutgers Business School, it's the incoming message notification that does the most damage, because once it pops up, our minds are already wondering what it is. And a neurologist at JFK University Medical Center says emails can compromise task performance if not consciously managed. The same experts also say interacting with your phone is more distracting than using a laptop because it's more of an object associated with social communication. Neon, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Las Vegas is set to host the American Music Awards this month, and several performers with ties to our city will take the stage. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton have been announced for the May 26th show at Fontainebleau's Blue Live Theater. Stefani will perform a medley of classic hits as well as new material. Shelton's set list for the event has not been revealed. Host Jennifer Lopez is also expected to perform. She and Stefani headline lengthy residency productions at Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood. The AMAs will air on CBS and stream on Paramount Plus at 5 p.m. next Monday. Thanks for streaming 7 at 7 this morning. Like always, you can watch us weekdays on any of your favorite streaming platforms or listen to us on podcasts. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.
Review Journal Studios, sponsored by Knock the Injury Law.